Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol PTN. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this may look like several days worth of time right here, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I've been doing this analysis on a very routine basis, so that's where these red and green lines are coming from. But after today's price action, these lines up here are no longer relevant, so I'm just going to get rid of those. Yes, they still pertain, but from a presentation standpoint and not wanting to have a million lines everywhere that can cause clutter and confusion, just want to try to keep this as clean as possible. So again, not trying to rub salt in anyone's wounds or anything, but a nasty gap down. But to give credit where credit's due, a little bit to the bulls. Now I realize that if you bought anywhere up or in this part of the chart, then there's really nothing I can say that would mean bullishness to you. But if you've been around long enough, I'm sure you've seen where some stocks gap down, and after the gap down you get this sort of action where the price just continues to bleed and bleed and bleed throughout the course of the day. That did not happen here. The price actually went sideways, so at least the bulls were able to stabilize things out. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that just because after a gap down it went sideways that this thing's guaranteed to bounce back up to 85 cents tomorrow. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, and again, means more to those of you that have been around and have seen a gap down and then it just gaps down and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. At least the price did go sideways. So with that sideways action, that brings about our first key level of support to keep an eye on, and we'll just make that right here at 54 cents. 54 cents simply important because if the price can hold above there, so if it comes back over and then just pulls one of these numbers, at least the price is still going sideways. And when prices are going sideways, that at least makes it a logical conclusion that, hey, maybe this is some sort of bottom. Not a guarantee of a bottom. There's no such thing as a guarantee, but it's at least a logical thought that, okay, prices are going sideways. Maybe it's trying to bottom out. But obviously, if it breaks down below 54 cents, then it's not bottoming out, right? Because bottoming out prices don't put in new lows. So hopefully I'm kind of stating the obvious when I say that. Now, in regards to levels of resistance, pretty straightforward at this point, all about the famous 200 period simple moving average, which is that pink line right there. When the price drops below it, it tends to act as resistance, and that's exactly what's been happening. You can see multiple times here the price try to get above it, and then even during the final 30 minutes, price tried to get above it and couldn't quite do it. And I want to end on that note. The final 30 minutes is pretty interesting. Price definitely, the volume definitely, increased during that final 30 minutes, and price showed some signs of life. But as I just pointed out, that 200 period still did knock it down. So we'll see what happens with it tomorrow. Still a lot of eyeballs on this one, a lot of volume today. So we'll see how it closes out the week tomorrow. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.